How are you doing, Aries? Welcome to your February 2023 reading. You are tuning in to 108 Times Back Home Tarot. I'm so happy that you're here with me at this present moment. Happy New Year's. Happy Chinese New Year's as well. Happy New Year's throughout the multi-dimension of this platform. So without further ado, we'll start your reading with the Herbal Tarot deck. And the reading is very simple. Past, present, future. We'll take out 2 extra cards. One card will be on top of the present moment, and that will signify your current state of mind. And then the same card under the present moment will have the card that signifies your current heart chakra, the current energy, what is happening in your heart. What is the message that is trying to come out of that lotus heart of yours? Okay, be more shuffles and see what we have. We have 5 of Cups for your past message. And we have the High Priestess as your present status. Excuse my throat. And so we have for your future. What is for your future? We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And we're going to take out the card to signify your current state of mind. You have the 7 of Swords reverse. Actually, I'm sorry, reverse. Upright. And then we'll have, that was quick, the Page of Wands as your heart chakra. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles reverse. So let's put it right here. So right now the 5 of Pentacles usually is a card that says that we're overlooking that one cup behind us. But the way I see it for you, Aries, seems that you have almost feel like you have partied and you have danced, you have done everything you wanted to do and married, and without really thinking of like a trajectory plan. You went for it, you had a great time, but at the same time all those cups were not satisfying. So you acknowledge the cups that are here. You also acknowledge the cup behind you. You're more like just reflecting of all this energy. To me, it feels like it was very chaotic, this past energy, which makes sense. We were coming out of mini retrogrades, and Mercury retrograde, and Mars retrograde, and I believe Uranus or Pluto retrograde, if I'm not mistaken. And there's been a lot of chaos from that. But coming to the present, you're stepping into the High Priestess. You're from this feeling of dissatisfaction and not being fulfilled. Same time, this tree, even though it doesn't have any like flowers, it still is growing as it's making those connections, and those connections are coming out, blossoming to this rose of the High Priestess. High Priestess doesn't need the light to be turned on, because it's a one-on-one communication with Spirit, with the Supreme. And when we get there, that comes from letting go of what happened and spending some time and really looking at those cups and knowing that yes, there's a lot of cups that you still haven't explored, but knowing that before you jump back to just grabbing any cup and seeing where it takes you, it's best to see how you're going to grab that cup and gently smell it, taste it. Think about it for a bit. Think about it for a bit for the next maneuver, because for your future we have the Knight of Wands reverse. The Knight of Wands reverse. In this tarot deck, the Knight of Wands doesn't have a horse, which is very interesting. And I like the way that it's walking. It doesn't seem bothered by its current situation. But the way it's looking at the High Priestess is looking for like a message. So you're taking what you learned from this intense, deep foundation, and from all this scattered energy, you're finding something new, something. You're breaking down everything that you have, that you want to achieve, and that you're pursuing, even if it's something very simple, which is, I don't think is very simple, changing your consciousness, which it takes great discipline. So as you're changing your consciousness, you keep looking at the High Priestess as to have some kind of reassurance, codependency, no, a dependency of something that is divine, supreme. In your current state of mind, we have the Seven of Swords. So you're taking this situation and you're getting smarter of it. You're not thinking about the mistakes. You're taking it and using the best situation that you can. Okay, well, this card is what dealt to me. This situation came upon me. Okay, well, great. Something to learn, something to be challenged, and you are smart the situation, and you move on as you slowly keep looking, going within, and making sure that as long as the Supreme is centered, everything's successful. As long as the Supreme is centered, everything's successful. And on your heart, we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands looking to the horizon, knowing that there's so much that you want to explore. There's so much that you still haven't measured up to your current standard. But in this material world that we're in, this platform, we are subject to many defects as a human being, because we are entangled, and much of us are still sleeping. Which reminds me, the Ace of Pentacles reverse, which came out under the deck as I pull out the Page of Wands, signifies that you're changing your consciousness. Even though you're maybe not ready to shoot through this door, you're taking an approach that is different that from the past. Instead of just partying and like going hardcore, and life is short. Life is very short. But life is to be self-realized through self-realization. A self-realized life is a very intelligent life. For life is very short indeed. But life in just sense gratificating. It's just like waking up from a dream. So now you know that in this dream, you didn't like how things turned out. So now you're taking the time to digest everything, looking at always being centered to the Supreme, and go moving forward, outsmarting everything that you do, taking the higher road, and looking beyond what you've experienced. And sooner or later, once you made a new plan, this Ace of Pentacles will shoot up. You're looking at the Ace of Pentacles, but right now you're cultivating it. You're standing on it. You're thinking, how am I gonna cultivate this? How am I gonna plant this seed for a better harvest in this new year of 2023, Aries? So let me take out a card from the Indigo Angel Oracle deck and see what we have for a better message from the Supreme. And thank you so much for tuning in. It's such a pleasure to always have guests amongst here in this moment. Because even though we're probably not in this physical environment together, the Supreme, which lives in all our hearts, but we're always in the same simultaneously place, just connected through the same source, through the same divine, but just living our samskaras, our material modes of nature that is basically chiseled, which is also comes down to karma, what we need to live, learn, and what is destined for us in this platform, in this incarnation. And we have, you are understood. You are understood, Aries. Let's see what it says. Let me just organize this a little bit so you can get a better view of the little setup here. It says, you are understood. The angels send you this card because every aspect of your personality and existence makes perfect sense to them. As an indigo, you may feel flawed or that you have made mistakes. This card reminds you that nothing is a mistake. Everything is a divine appointment. Know that heaven and the angels see you as a perfect being, and they have been with you every step of your life. They know who you are, and they see your divine perfection. The angels completely understand why you have made every decision you have made. Allow yourself to reveal in the comfort of knowing that there's a force much bigger than any human on this planet, and this force sees you as flawless, so doing the best you can. Haribo. And that's the Supreme, looking after you, knowing that you got this. Let's take out a card that I've put together, some index cards. I'm gonna close my eyes and see what we get for Aries. Let's go to stop. Sorry about the background noise. And we have cheating. I don't want you to take this card like if you like it's like, oh my god, I'm cheating, or someone's cheating on me, or this is more like the process of this Five of Cups made you feel like even though you got to where you wanted, the results were not what you expected. So this is not like, oh, shame on you, you're being cheating. No, this is more like, or sometimes when we try to rush to something that we so much desire. The process makes me feel like we're being cheated because we didn't really experience every step as we wanted to. We just kind of consumed everything. Okay, next step, next step. But in this new year, I feel that it's telling you, Aries, to take your time. Take your time and don't cheat yourself from a great year. You are understood. You are the High Priestess. You are cultivating this Ace of Pentacles. Take your time, Aries. Take your time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.